Hey, it's Lauren with Beadbox Bargains, and on today's Beading Basics video, we're going to talk about ways to use different kinds of fold-over clasps. We've gotten a few questions about this, and I just want to hopefully give you some clarity. So to start off, we have several different kinds. This sort of clasp that has the loops on the end, this is TOG 978, and we might be sold out of these. This kind, you're going to just attach like any other clasp. It's got a loop, it's easy, you can use a jump ring, you can thread through it, pretty obvious. But sometimes you don't have a loop with these. Some of them are designed to also function as knot covers. So you might have a bar inside of it like this. And this is TOG 1002. We will have more of these coming up on our website soon. And sometimes you get two holes instead. Like this one, TOG 1069, which we do have currently available. You just got two little holes in it. So, we're going to talk about different ways to use these sorts of fold-over clasps. And there's a bar on that one as well. Okay, so we've got our clasp. We've got some, I'm using 6-pound fire line. You can use whatever kind of beading thread or knottable cord you like. And we're going to look at this clasp. You see it's got a little clip, so you pull it open. That has a bar in it. And most of the time, the ones with a bar will also have an open back behind it. This is designed to make it easy to pass a beading needle through if you are using a needle with your thread. But we'll just go up on one side of the bar through the back of the clasp. And then we're going to come around and go back down on the other side of the bar. So I'm just going to kind of push it back through on the top. Hopefully that goes where I want it. Yep. And now we've got a cord strung through that little bar in the middle. And the ones with two holes work the same exact way. Let me see. Here we go. So you would just open the clip. And this is usually hardest to do the first time, by the way, because sometimes, there we go, sometimes the finishing process, plating process will make that just a little stiff. So you do the same thing with the ones with two holes. You would go up through one hole and back down through the other. So they work essentially the same way as the ones with the bar. You're just tying it around, you're not around the clasp itself instead of a bar inside the clasp. All right. So now, either way, once you've gotten your clasp end threaded onto your cord, now it's time to knot. And I'm going to do a square knot. So I'm going to do left side around the right, then right side over and around the left. And I'm going to do that twice. And you want to pull it really tight. So what you're doing is you're knotting your cord around that little bar in the middle of the clasp. And this will allow the clasp to also act as sort of a cord tip / knot cover. And it will hide your knot from view. Now, if you like, after you've finished your knot, this is the last time you're ever going to see it, you can put a drop of glue or clear nail polish on it just to help give it some extra hold. And then you're going to trim your cord. I usually hold it flush up against the end, hold my scissors flush to the end of the clasp and snip it. Here we go. So now you've got a knot nicely hidden inside your clasp. All right, so now you just string whatever pattern you like. I've got some little 6mm shell pearls here. I'm going to string 3 of those. Anyway, I'm just going to make up a little bracelet pattern using these beads to match my clasp. Got some metal spacers too. And then once we've strung our beads, we will finish the bracelet. Okay, so I've just strung a little quick bracelet design here with my shell pearls and my spacers. So now it's time to finish the piece. So I'm going to take my cord end here, and I'm just going to do the same thing we did earlier. I'm going to go up through one side of the bar, through the back of the clasp, and then I'm going to take it down, and I find it helpful to flip it and let gravity help me differentiate between the top and bottom of the bar. So I'm going to hold it with the end I'm trying to put it through on top, because then I can kind of point it upward when I'm putting it back through the cord end, and hopefully, yep, there we go. It'll come through on the other side of the bar where I want it. So now you're just going to pull it tight, or tight-ish, And now it's time to knot again. So I'm just going to do like a quadruple knot, wrapping this end around my cord. I'm going to pull it really nice and tight. Again, you want to make sure you've got enough movement to allow the bracelet or necklace to curl. This looks great, so I'm just going to keep going with my knots. I'm just going to wrap it around, kind of pull it into that space between the clasp, almost like flossing teeth here, and pull it tight. And I'm just going to do that a couple more times to make sure we've got a really nice, strong knot in there. All right, and the nice thing about these clasps is that you don't need any other findings. You can just knot directly onto the clasp. And then we're going to try to cut this as close to the clasp as we can. And there we go. You have a nice finished look. You have a really easy, honestly, very easy process to finish it. And now you've got a cute little bracelet. This with a little cubic zirconia accent there. Something to keep in mind when you're making jewelry with the larger clasps here is that the length of your clasp will factor into the final length of your piece. So just keep the measurements in mind if you're going for a certain specific length, like with a bracelet. Let's see here. So yeah, then you just put the loop through the clip, which I promise is easier than I make it look here. There we go. And there we go. And that is how you make jewelry using the fold-over clasps that have a bar or 2 holes in them. Again, if your clasp has normal loops, you can attach it to your design. You can like string right onto it, or you can attach it using a jump ring and a knot cover, or a clamshell bead tip, which is what I would do. You can use those like you would a normal clasp. And then you can knot directly onto the kind that have the bar with an open back or the 2 holes. I hope that's helpful. If you have any other questions, please let me know in the comments, or if you have any other findings you would like to see me cover in this Beading Basics series, I would love to know what would be helpful for you. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, happy beading.